Comfortable.
They are.
I mean, they're not super comfortable, but
Could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming. We are the
course,
last
yeah.
stop on the Sounds Like Love tour.
Well, almost last stop. I have one more tomorrow.
Where?
And Orlando, Florida.
Oh.
So guess who's going to Disney afterwards?
As you should.
As I should. I deserve it at this point. It's been a lot. There's been fires. There's been delays. There's been.
So we're already doing better than Greenville, though.
So much better.
We didn't have a fire.
But, you know, M. Judson and Greenville, they did such a great job. I mean, you know, it's just, some just like it hot, you know?
It's true. Columbia, famously hot. That's our slogan.
Exactly. But it was Greenville. So famously green?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, show of hands, who has not read or finished Sounds Like Love yet?
You too? Amazing.
Okay, that's a lot more than I was expecting. So we'll try to keep spoilers.
So no spoilers.
Yes. So can you give us like a 2-sentence summary of Sounds Like Love, just so we have some context?
Sure. It's a book. There's romance in it. Let's see here. Okay, so it is about a burnt-out songwriter and a has-been musician who find themselves inexplicably telepathically linked when they can't get a song out of their heads. So it's telepathy and romance,
Love.
and music and beaches and lots of cover bands and puns. So
We love it.
Yeah.
Lots of puns.
Lots of puns.
Every chapter starts with a song title / lyric.
Yeah.
And that is one of my questions for you. How on earth did you decide what song for what chapter?
Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are so many songs to choose from. I was like, how on earth?
Well,
Was there a selection process?
Okay, kind of. So I as I'm like going through my drafts, Sounds Like Love took 5 drafts, sadly. So as I go through my drafts, I collect songs in a playlist on Spotify. And so when I was finally doing the chapter titles, I was scrolling through those songs on Spotify, and I was like, well, what's fun? What would be funny or fun, or like what would fit the mood? And so like chapter 12 is, I think, Cheeseburger in Paradise. Thanks, Jimmy Buffett. And is there a cheeseburger in it? No, but is there a restaurant in the scene? Yes. So it's just kind of like that kind of vibe.
Yeah. It was so fun every chapter to be like, okay, what song is it now?
Listen, I love doing playlists. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think I started making like playlists or like burned CDs and mixtapes back when like Twilight first came out. Listen, and like for some reason Stephanie Meyer's like playlist on her website like changed me as a person. Right? Yeah, like just like deep cut though. Like Supermassive Black Hole, I was like, wait, what?
I love that. So obviously music plays a huge part in the story. So I'm wondering why now? Because in your past books, you know, we've talked about the publishing industry, we've talked about the culinary world. So why music? Why now? And can you give us a little background about music in your life?
Absolutely. So why music? Why now? Because I could finally convince my editor to let me do a music book. I had to work up to it because my editor has had an aversion to music books because like the last time she did a music book, it was a very bad time. And so I was like, come on, Amanda, let me do a music book. It's music and mermaids. Those are the two things. And you know, we will get to the mermaid, and I will absolutely put cloacas in the mermaid representation. And so finally I managed to convince Amanda to let me do a music book. Because I am a sucker for a rock star romance. I loved like every rock star romance that like ever existed. And I love like Almost Famous and like This Is Spinal Tap and just I don't know. I just really love music, like music stories. So yeah, that's kind of what happened.
And music in your life.
Music in my life, yeah. So I have music in my life. You know, it's cool. Yeah. I played piano for a while. Not very good at it anymore, but I can still like plink out some notes. It's fun. The music notes on the cover of Sounds Like Love is actually the melody to Sounds Like Love. So that is something that I have written. And I am now officially a songwriter because there is a song out there in the world called Sounds Like Love, sung by Patty Murin and Colin Donnell. Weirdest thing that ever happened in my entire life, aside from a venue catching fire and then really hot, sexy firefighters coming in and being like, "Where's the fire?"
So the next book's a fire book.
I mean, I don't know. Like they were really gross and sweaty.
Never mind.
So it wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. I was like, oh, you guys are. It is South Carolina in the summer. I have forgotten that. So if I do a fireman book, it'll have to be in the winter. Yeah. It can't be in the summer. But yeah, so music's been in my life. I was in marching band. I played clarinet. I played bass clarinet. Yeah, I played bass clarinet in concert band because I couldn't play clarinet very well, and I wanted to be an honored band, and so there wasn't another bass clarinet player, and I was like, I can cheat the system, and I did.
So what do you think? Some of the characters talk about this a little bit throughout the book, but what do you, Ashley Poston, think makes a memorable song?
Ooh, I think what makes a memorable song is like a catchy chorus. But like not like catchy in the rhyming with fire with desire, you know, not like that kind of but kind of like Galileo by Indigo Girls, right? Yeah, right. Like it's just like choruses that just like get into your head and just kind of like stay there in the background. And I think what makes like a catchy song or a good song is like different to every person because a song can come into your life at any moment, at like some like big moment in your life, and it can change you. But it could be different. It's different for everyone. Like for me, Broken Heart by Motion City Soundtrack is one of my favorite songs of all time, and I've not met another person in the world whose favorite song is Broken Heart by Motion City Soundtrack. But like for me, it's like that's it. It's like I'll start this broken heart, I'll fix it up so it can beat again better than before. Please just like insert that into my veins, right? And I think we like all have that like soul song. Yeah.
I love that. And music is such like a personal thing, especially like I don't know. I grew up only listening to film scores and like instrumentation because that's what my dad listened to.
Wow.
And so whenever I'm listening to music, that's what I'm drawn into, the actual music. The words so much, I kind of let them gloss over, but the music I'm just so drawn to. So I was really curious when I saw the notes on the front what they were. I didn't realize it was actually the song.
Yeah, because like I get really I don't get upset, but I get annoyed when like there are notes on a cover and like they don't mean anything.
Or they sound really bad.
They sound really bad. And so I'm just like, what is happening here? I like realize that like, you know, graphic designers and cover artists probably don't know music, but like you can't, that's not sometimes it's just you're just like that's not how music works. That's not music theory. But so that was fun. And like another thing I had to fight for the cover is the man bun.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you had to fight for that.
I had to fight for that man bun. Yeah, my entire publishing team was like, we voted no to the man bun because it's not sexy. Thank you. Like, yeah, they were like, it's not sexy. It doesn't read well on the cover, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? So
I beg to differ.
So I ended up spamming my entire team like a week straight of just like hosier photos. I just
I've made a
inundated
Pinterest
them.
board of only Hosier man buns.
Just Hosier man buns, that's it. And I'm like, how about now? How about now? They're like, no, Ashley. No, Ashley. And I'm like, look, I'm dying on this hill. This is my man bun hill. I will have this man bun. And so finally, because I was also a cover designer in a previous life, I ended up re-downloading Procreate, and then like putting the man bun on the cover for them. And I'm like, look, I did your job for you. And then they saw it and they were like, oh yeah, you're right. It does look okay. It looks, and I'm like, okay, it looks fantastic. Are you kidding me? Anyway, that man bun's on the cover, and that's my man bun. That is my man bun. Like,
it looks great, and the character of Sasha would not be the same.
He wouldn't be the same. Like, I'm just like, listen, like the man bun. Like, there's a character arc to this man bun. I realized at the time that you haven't read this book because it's coming in abysmally late. However, there is a character arc with this man bun, and it is very important.
The man bun is a character in itself.
Yeah. Like, you know, and like there's like a metaphor in like the book for the man bun. It's not really a spoiler. Just look out for it. Do you like man buns?
Oh, I live for man buns. Jason Momoa, Ben Barnes. Yeah, Ben Barnes is who I imagined when I was reading this until you told me it was Hosier, and then I was like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Ben Barnes' man bun's real good
and
too.
He's been singing lately.
I know. I'm
started a new career.
I was like, man, if only he was like 10 years younger, he could. I don't know. He looks a little ageless at this point. He did play Dorian Gray.
He was Dorian Gray, classically like immortal character.
Yeah. So I mean, he could play like a 33-year-old ex-boy band member.
If you had to cast Joni, we already know Sasha's Hosier.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Who would you cast as Jody?
I don't really. Okay, weirdly enough, I don't actually cast my characters. The only character that I've ever actually cast is in Dead Romantics, and it's the dad, and it's Brendan Fraser. Yeah,
great choice.
Right? Yeah, great choice. Look, he's a great dead dad.
He is still Mo from Inkheart for me.
He is forever Mo from Inkheart.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah.
That's yes.
But no actress for Joni?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of ambivalent. I would like Haley Atwell would be pretty cool. But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Like someone who can sing.
Yeah. It's just a little important in this book.
A tiny bit. You can like flub the whole like music part of it, the piano, but singing, it's real easy to like tell auto tune. I'm sorry, Emma Watson. I'm so sorry.
I will never understand that choice. Belle's been played by Broadway singers for years and years and years, and then you gave it to Emma Watson with really bad auto tune.
Really bad auto tune. And see, the thing is, if it hadn't have been a musical, I think Emma Watson would have been fantastic.
For sure.
But the fact that it was a musical, I'm just like, this is not her strong suit.
Tough look. Well, speaking of, not really speaking of anything, last year, segue. Last year we talked a lot about setting, because in a novel love story, the little town feels like a character within itself. And I felt very similarly with 7 Year Slip with the time-traveling apartment. That's a character in itself. And in this, the Revelry is also a character. So how did you choose to bring this book back to the South? Because it takes place in Outer Banks, North Carolina. And I love the setting. It felt so familiar and nostalgic and comforting to me. So I'm curious why you decided to set this story so close to home.
Honestly, one of the scenes that I knew I wanted to write was a horde of wild horses running down Main Street, and I was like, well, where are the wild horses? Let's see here. Outer Banks.
Were you a horse girl?
No, I'm terrified of horses.
Okay. that image just really stuck with you.
Yeah.
A horde of horses is coming, and I'm terrified.
And I will stay safely back here and watch them pass. Also, one of my favorite songs is Wild Horses by Van Morrison. But the cover by the Indigo Girls is better, I have to say. But yeah. So that was like the first scene, and I kind of like built everything else around it. And I kind of wanted to write a beachy book for once, because for me, music is almost like intrinsically linked to the beach for me, because it's just, it feels nice, right? And I wanted to include a lot of Jimmy Buffett. And like, it's weird to include Jimmy Buffett in, like, I don't know, the mountains.
Yeah, not really the vibe.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really like Cheeseburger in Paradise on like, you know, in like the Blue Ridge.
Doesn't really hit the same.
Not really. It's like, you know, stepped on a pop top, hiking a trail.
So was the revelry inspired by a specific location?
Weird that we use this as the segue, because it was inspired by the orange peel in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, so it was the mountains.
It was the mountains. Yeah, it was the mountains the whole time. I love the orange peel so much. It's where I saw like my first concert that like I wanted to go to. And it just like imprinted in my brain.
That's really special.
Yeah, and like it's such a cool venue too. I think the only thing that I didn't like copy paste was there's this huge fan in the venue that just like circles around, and it's like, you know, like a death knell for every single bird imaginable. So yeah, I did put the fan in because there's like seagulls roosting at the top of the revelry, and I'm like, I don't want dead seagulls
hanging out of steel beams, just taking out these birds.
Just taking out these whack. It's just, oh my god, fine. It's fine. They're fine. They're just slightly concussed, and then they fly off.
They'll fly away home eventually. Yeah. The revelry felt so. I feel like I've been there. Like any music venue along the beach, I'm like, I have been here. I can imagine it perfectly. And even Uncle Rick's ramshackle boat margarita restaurant, I was like, I've been there too. I can so easily visualize that, and I want to go there.
Easily.
I want a margarita right now.
Same, actually. Please, like, give me a Pawini.
What was the lemon and banana one?
Oh, Limana?
That was a tough flavor.
The lemon? Something.
I don't love that you put that flavor in my head.
What? Why?
Banana and lemon?
Come on. You have to try it at least. Like, it can't be that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. You never know. I mean...
Oh, you haven't tried it either.
I haven't tried it either. You never know. Maybe it's not that bad, guys. Listen, peanut butter and lettuce and turkey sandwiches are really good. That's all I'm saying.
And was that an accident you discovered? Or...
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
An accident. Bonus points, it was crunchy. Crunchy peanut butter.
I guess lettuce is pretty tasteless.
I'm losing people. I'm losing left and right. I'm so sorry.
I had a friend.
Yes, I did somehow write a chef. I'm so sorry. I know.
I had a friend growing up who would make peanut butter and jelly with a Kraft single and cinnamon.
Okay, that sounds amazing. I will try that.
And 100%. He claims the cheese is to keep the bread from sticking to the roof of your mouth. I'm like, I will deal with that if I don't have to put cheese and cinnamon also.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like some kind of like culinary like scientific research?
Yeah, that's what his mom told him, and he's done it ever since.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Well, you'll probably like it because you like lettuce on it too. So.
You know, do y'all remember that trend where it was like Flaming Hot Cheetos in milk? Yeah, I tried that.
Wait, in milk?
Yeah, like a cereal?
Like cereal?
Yeah, I tried it. My mom can attest to this. I tried it. It wasn't bad. I tried it. It wasn't bad. It was fine. It was. I guess I'm just a garbage human. I guess I'm just like just a raccoon, like three raccoon and like a person-sized clothing. I'm just being meccaed around by.
But you wrote a beautiful chef, so
I did, and there was a mouse in his chef hat.
And you're going to see him this week.
I am. I'm going to see Remy this week. I'm so excited. Disney.
Are you a Disney adult? I'm not judging.
Why are y'all laughing? Y'all stop laughing. How dare you?
See, I would love to say I'm not a Disney adult, but my husband did propose in Epcot. So if
Okay,
I
so
say
I feel
I'm
good. I
not,
feel
that
good.
looks really bad.
Actually, yeah. I mean, someone else here was also proposed to at Disney. Yeah, over there.
Sorry, I like the joy of childhood. Childhood dreams and magic.
Yeah, so I am totally Disney adult. I love theme parks in general. I like roller coasters. I like dark rides. I like animatronics. I really like animatronics. I like animatronics a little too much, probably. Too much, probably.
Animatronics book next year?
Well, no, I already wrote an animatronics book, Heart of Iron and Soul of Stars. Listen, the fucky robot.
That's true.
Yeah. Listen.
That's true.
So I love doing research for my novels. So for Heart of Iron, way back when, it was serendipity, but I sat beside someone who basically did robotics, and so it was a 2-hour flight, and it was a captive audience because he couldn't move. So I just chatted his ear off the entire time. But I love doing research for my novels. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so for Sounds Like Love, because obviously I'm not in the music industry, and I have like varying degrees of like musical talent. I wanted to research the industry, and I wanted to research, different careers in it, and especially songwriting. So weirdly enough, a friend of a friend. So my friend Eric Smith got me in contact with the lead singer of my favorite band in the world, Motion City Soundtrack. So I got to have an informational interview with Justin Courtney Pierre. It was the weirdest thing. It was so good. I love him so much. He's fantastic. He was like, they were like doing a show in Charleston, and then like he was like, yeah, do you want to get coffee and we can like meet in person? And I'm like, what? I was like, I was fine. I was very professional about it. I didn't ask him to sign anything until the very end. And then I was like, can you sign everything? Can you sign my skin? And he was like, I'm not gonna sign your skin. Yeah, it was good. And so we had an informational interview, and we talked a lot about creativity and like how he creates music, and like, does he start with lyrics? Does his band start with like the melody? Where like do you start with an idea, a vibe, a theme? And so it turns out music writing and book writing is really different, but really similar in the exact same way. Because there's not one way I write a book either. Like sometimes I start with a character, sometimes I start with a scene. Sometimes I start with like the plot or the gimmick. So the gimmick for me is like the like magical bit of it. That's what I call the gimmick. And so for him, it starts either with like lyrics or like a melody or a chorus or an idea. And so we were talking a lot about that, and about I dealt a lot with burnout during writing Sounds Like Love, which is why Sounds Like Love is about burnout. Yay.
You were doing research.
I was doing research. And so after like 4 drafts of it, I told my editor, I was like, I'm going to take 2 weeks off, and I'm going to not do this, and I'm going to resist the urge to fuck off into the woods and never come back, and grow some mushrooms. Mushrooms don't need help growing. And so I did. I took 2 weeks off, and by taking 2 weeks off, I wrote fanfic for 2 weeks, 2 entire weeks, a 50,000 word fanfic.
Go back to your
in 2 weeks. I did. I went back to the beginning, and I wrote like the wind, the bullseye, and I remembered why I like to write. And it was so weird, because I was like, oh, I do know how to write. I do know how to form sentences, and I do know how to make a story and connect the dots. And it turns out I was just basically psyching myself out the whole time, because I had burnt myself out so badly. I was second guessing everything that I was putting on the page. So I was writing something, but I wasn't going like to the full extent of the idea. I was always like shying away from the edge, because I was afraid of of not being able to land that idea. So I just wouldn't like commit to anything, and so that's why every single draft kind of fell flat. And my editor was like, okay, we need to try this again, try to pull this string harder, or let's figure out like another character arc for the main character. And so in those 2 weeks, I was like, oh, I'm doing this because I like figuring out how to land on my feet. I like going over the edge and like figuring out like how to do a somersault and then land on one foot, and and it's just like I love the process of getting to the end of a story. I love the process of getting into characters and going through a story with them. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Even if I wasn't up here talking to you and like writing books, I would still be writing. Because it's how I see the world. It's how I see my own like feelings and emotions. It's how I digest everything that I'm going through. And so even if I wasn't a writer, I would still be writing. And so I came back to the drawing board, and the 5th draft happened, and I chunked almost everything except for maybe 2 or 3 scenes. And they were the scenes that were with Joni and Sasha together. No spoilers. And it clicked, because I was like, okay, I'm going to go full throttle. Like, they're going to actually be telepathically connected to each other. We're going to have to put guardrails on this. What are the guardrails? It's when they can only be telepathic with each other when they're thinking about each other, because it has to be consensual, because a consensual guy in your head is terrifying. Like, no, thank you. I mean, no, even if it was like, I don't know, like Harry Styles, no, it would still be weird. It would still be weird. And so like I was like, okay, let's put some guardrails. Let's like put in some really fun characters. Let's do some fun things. Let me wax poetic about my best friends for a while, and let me just have some fun. And then I did, and then I turned in the book, and my editor was like, wow, it took you 10 months to do this, because like the 10 months were the 4 other drafts. And I was like, yeah, about that. It's fine. Yeah, I made it. It worked out. Yeah. And then she was like, I see that the character arc is now about burnout. And I was like, is there something you want to tell me? And I'm like, yeah, I just signed up for another book for Disney, and then she was like, are you kidding me? I thought I had you by myself. And I'm like, just one more. And she was like, okay, just one more. So my editor is looking out for my well-being, but yeah, she doesn't like me double dipping, because I do burn out so quickly sometimes. But I think I'm in like a good space now where, yeah, it's great.
Do you tools in your belt to conquer it next time?
Yeah, and I know that like you are also an artist. So do you experience burnout? How do you like rectify that?
I feel like it changes every time. But something that always helps me is to like go back to what I loved like as a kid, to feel that childlike wonder again. So lots of times I'll watch like Miyazaki films.
What's your favorite Miyazaki film?
Spirited Away.
Oh, that's a good one.
It has to be. That's the one I constantly go back to over and over again.
Mine's Porco Rosso. Ooh. Like the quote, "I'd rather be a pig than a fascist." Every single time.
Great pull.
It gets so good.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah, going back to the things I loved most, like my childhood favorite books, like Inkheart. I've reread Inkheart probably 10 times.
It's so good.
And it brings that magic back for me. So whenever I feel those burnout feelings coming, I'm like, okay, let's take a second, not focus on art, and just go back to what initially inspired you to be creative in the very, very first place. So
yeah, it's like going like back to your roots and like remembering like why you're chasing that joy.
Why I'm doing this in the first place.
Yeah. And like it's for me, it's like it's so hard to remember to do that, because I have so many deadlines ahead of me that I have to remember to like meet those deadlines, because if I don't meet those deadlines, then the rest of my team will not meet their deadlines, and if they don't meet their deadlines, then the publisher itself isn't going to meet their deadlines, and then I'm not going to get a book out on time. And so it's just this like domino effect, and so it just like mounts and mounts and mounts until I get paralyzed with fear, and then I just lay on the floor, and my friend Nicole calls it floor time, and I just cry.
Floor time can cure so many wounds.
Look, I am all for floor time. Floor time is my favorite thing in the world. Are you kidding me? Just like laying on the floor and just crying for a while. It's so cathartic. Sometimes you just need a good cry.
It's true.
Yeah, and then you shake it out and you're like, okay, I'm a big girl. I can do this shit. Let's do it. You know?
Okay, one last question before we do a couple audience questions.
Yeah.
Your next book, your next adult romance book.
Yeah.
Can you give us 3 adjectives for what the love interest is like?
The love what the love interest is. I thought you were going to ask what the book is like. Love interest.
Man bun?
No man bun. Timey-wimey garden.
Okay. Not at all what I was expecting.
I know.
Okay.
It's called the Someday Garden, and it's the 7-year slip meets the secret garden.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm really
That
excited.
sounds wonderful. I love Secret Garden.
Yeah.
That was like the first movie I ever watched with my grandmother.
You know, I actually just like recently watched it for the first time.
The music's incredible.
Yeah. No. And like Maggie Smith, please,
Icon.
so good. Icon, absolutely. And it's like set in Maine. Well, but the Someday Garden is like set in Maine, and it's like it's real fun. It's about like choosing whether to like put down roots or to go your own way, as Fleetwood Mac says. And yeah,
My grandma always says bloom where you're planted. So
bloom where
she's
you're
gonna love
planted.
those books.
Yeah. Is like talking about that dichotomy, or like to be a dandelion on the wind for a while. Yeah,
That's really special.
it's gonna be real fun.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be real sad and real happy. I promise. It'll be fine. At this juncture, no one's dying on page.
Yeah, okay.
So we are. You listen. We are doing better for this one. Just we are 2 and 5 at this juncture. So it's fine.
Have tissues for the last 50 pages or so of this one.
Really? Because last night Julian was like, Ashley, I cried at the first 25% because of the creative burnout. And I was like, sweet, me too. Every single time Jody talks about creative burnout, just picture me on the floor having my floor time.
Yeah.
Just having that great floor time.
Well, it's so good. I can't wait for everyone to read it who has not gotten the chance to. Let's do just a couple audience questions real quick. You can just I'll raise your hand. I'll call on you. And if you could just like stand up or like project really loud, that'd be great.
Any questions? No questions. Oh, okay. There's some questions back there.